The latest Bank of Ghana report says mobile money fraud are increasing.
They were experience mobile money fraud anymore. Apart from more framing. I remember there was a time now because
I got scammed. I lost about 11,500 cedis in one day. And
we more about informant gangster YouTube channel. So most also share me like subscribe, comment and watch videos on the bring and post video when you be a share na for person and you be a share. Me some church and some ketchup for video that's going to so me the full video na at all so na so share na smana sentia se na chese chese mobile money chese na say amount for pa bone dem ho agima chese mo fraud na so mo bu amount for so phone so mo twa amount for sika we na chese ye nya krofo bi chese mo so mo nya ye di bia de mo nya mu experience na chese mo de nse be beto dwa kwan for chese nkofu afa so mobile money fraudsters na say this can be see omo fa so dey fraud amount for chese I won ye pa na video mu no san nkofu reveal secret pa ye pa chese so what me share video e be bo ma so nya da hono mo share video so afofo so nya bi hwe na chese sa similar registration chese ye register your my Ghana mu sa na chese agro no mu dio chese information bia wo mo register information bia anya successful na chese nti omo fraud ya na sese pa boni foi fraud omo chese wo office na say omo to me tracing kwacho chese sempre na course mo sense me be ko hwe video no so hwe nya semna sentia se na chese abrante bi ye dey sika kase ye pa ma chese no so ni abedense ma betudwa meso so be like be subscribe be comment na share videos no na foforo so ni be channel ni ni informant gangster meso follow ye na subscribe na share content meso ko hwe video no so hwe nya semna sentia se ye ko hwe aba
Ghana for ADBC. Another report, unim de enti ameba no pa bi amepe report no research report. Ghana yempe data. Sanke the data ye adwuma anka ye mrese oman. The latest Bank of Ghana report says mobile money fraud are increasing. Latest Bank of Ghana report says mobile money fraud are increasing more. Na me ya research na me say Adena adiewe egusu koswa telcos any Ministry of Communication and Digital Technology whatever any interior ministry ase enyo mo ahiade because obi twitu okọ bank no ko wi 10,000 cedis e be press you no pa but obi unim say mama story we Minister of Digital Communication Sam George ne mame mobile money fraud for Aviano 24,240 million. Ghana minister our share system no so no fraud for nanya no 24,000 cedis 240 million Sam George mame. Na question na mibisa nra na me share video mame bi o watechi man fraud for na dada no na 30 million said you see cans cannot say men can be shemu da sika minya bi nto me ho da wo wiase 30 million ene ya bu no say onkoji wo mobile money vendor ne ho enye ono no phone mo ama che say de omo me ame mame ya ye ne bi che say ade a obia experience bi say enwi a okra wanya call hello I'm calling from MTN. So why have we not, and it's increasing. The latest Bank of Ghana report shows that it's increasing. And tell me, Pumasi Bressa say no, a man for phone in Niba, a sick any bank or phone so. And that yet Germany payable room, na me say, Obia so by mobile money bia, or the sim no, answer no win ya sim no, or the Ghana card. Muni Chrome Hana, registration wouldn't be any a block or sim. O Ghana card so u data ne obi bia wo so ansa na onye Ghana card just what the birth set just what the voters ID na wo ankasa we wakoni atwa picture untumi nya Ghana card abra utifie wo ankasa wo je Ghana card no just atwa picture age ufie u fingerprint na no so ne de je sim say teacher Francis otumi tena fie na nkobi kwaje Ghana card mana na esi nipa na okwaje ye na eye fraud no ba Ghana card ade a wodi wanim beko wo fingerprint eno na uwi a wode kwaje sim nti ade na obi timi de ne sim frɛ obi nipa 20 the same sim na otaso nam o my baby na me hwehwe mo ana Sam George dia betu dwa say sa same registration na ye ma manfo fa car call so mo ko register ebi kotena ho 6 days mo kai de esi krom ha ebi 1 week no umuntu register ni a block your same Sam George ba ye say data bi ani ho pacho mate de esi no omo say registration na ye block your manfo nya there was no registration minister ne so oba ye no into the assembly command attorney general say sika ye say no amanfo bra omo say no say yes same registration no there was no registration into wo kasa wo kwa untumi nkoche obi frɛ wo number no pay hello pese ma send this ka bia ma na sorry I send the mamia na ye pese trace nipa no a data bia ni ho nti there was no registration nti Sam George say afi no so be registration hey nti bra na ye bra kodi lie so bebrebe no ekosi sen nti ye be ma ye manfo no wonya 500 cedis to na account ma won say mrewafo ne more ne afre no maame won say omo so compassion wona ye nya wana wo de sere but me maame omo frɛ ne sesi ase oh me sika me send this car ma me ba wo school na abesi usu nti no maame mpacha we de send ma oh kafra oh so no so ba wo school oh me nua kafra ye o say me ba no pesika kro mo pam no school na me bo number no me maame obebo ne se mama wo sesi a obebo ne pin. Yes, and fato to so mame ho. Compassion. Oh, where the abada me pacho, when your mamma mama was a mamma me da se pa gina so or boni pina, ni pano so or the number friend, ya register no. What ya say? Yaden is Ghana card I day. I register in think and one say wo tracy, ni din wo ho, ni picture wo ho. And ya den tin ya jama sankrofo no e bo omanfo krono sa. Obia ni Ghana ha otie mi a obia mfrɛ no da so opesu obu no ene anopai obia otie me bia se ye mu okura obia frɛ wan kopɛ so edey obu anka wasa ko report to ya number no yetumi trace nipa na che no because e kyerɛ sɛ you have to be in Ghana before you can do that e kyerɛ sɛ nipa no wɔ Ghana but ya register ya kodi lie 7 days ebi 1 month o ma nya omo sem ne yatwam nti sɛ nipa bebre oni mo omo no me nkrofo mo car wash ya omo bebre omo anya serious anko register nti car wash bia onim no bia ewie sim registration wa twasem foforo because ya blocking the sim no onam fofo bebre ya block omo sim ama mo twa foforo enti wochi ode ne sim card no wasan de Ghana card akotwa but of frame is here so pesu obumia na MTN for no mo register nipa no they cannot trace the person why research no consumer profile of nipa ya bu omo any age intuition ma aged nipa omonyi omfie ko omanim no ye bu omo nkokrafo ne mrewafo omo sabe omo wa abadaye no ene eguso a ne ye bu omo enti telcos no ade no omuntumi protect ye say the banks e protect ye sika no ATM for omo CCTV a obi fa wo ATM card no be withdraw sika kra they can trace the person ena just minim obi ntimi fa wo ATM nkobo o number enko because we nim pin tiade no obi timi fa ne phone na wa register with nidin efreme nipa 100 with the same number na obu omo afi ye jano no nam e wa bre so a yes sim registration the taxpayers money afi the system no cry say ya register be say foforo ye san dia ba be fa tromum ubeja wadwuma ko di lie so akọ register biem first one no causing financial loss to the state mama ye hu na nipa na o register and so register ya nyi sika o ho ne mfa nya register ya nsan fa taxpayers money and register sim biem e wa bra still a eguso ebu ye. What kind of country are we living? Share my main kind page 22 na me montoaso.
Me were experience mobile money fraud anymore. Apart from more friend me no. I remember there was a time na ye beko and you can news. And a minya agent message from Oyerepa Afutuo. I said oh baby ya dena we hear ska. Se met me nya 500 Ghana cedi sama na. Men send them mano. Men no din komo kasa good morning but we don't have that thing. Ain't me who said to me ebisa me ade a na she's praised. Yes. Inti ehọ na me send a man no. Me send the man no osan test o ma me number bi say me fanfa eno so. E na me de fa so. Adwuma di me.
Nti oka ayi for no ho. Advanced degree holder. More fun is 97.
Obana me send man. It's what the mama dream bass so no sign testing me say. Oh sorry na ade an interest bi wo so. One calculate no anka ho. It is me say another 500 Ghana cedis. It's one na many buy me ho so kakra. Na me start say me friend no. Me friend na ni phone na dum. Afenu we jai ne number no de test me no. E de another number, WhatsApp number na test me. And check and another number send me message. I say ohima we super ni na ne other number. Obi a hake. Enti se nipa no e de message bi abra me say me money scar. I shouldn't. I should do away.
What should do away?
Na waji sika no ko. Enti wana make us say na within the space of me find say 20 minutes. E wana me frɛ MTN for. Nam say abusianfo de asie ne sisi a omoso muntime nya ho hwe. Nam say I sent the money in an account
to a number
with a name. This is the name. And if there is anything that you could block the number for me.
Exactly.
Omo say omuntime nya ne sa just am court ekwakoje bibi bansa. Na wunim de ya wom. Maybe you sue MTN, so I blame MTN. Say me send this scam obi. Na se man sende be sende ko wrong number na me frɛ ka kyerɛ so bia me sende sika ma nipa so mesi ɛna ankwa yetimi block you na wuntumi nya transaction so be sende nipa ni sika ma na ma nipa kwa report no. But say ye fraudster ɛna awia me sika na me ka kyerɛ so nipa so mesi ama ma ye this transaction ama no
and also a wrong transaction.
Wrong transaction ɛno do am ka kyerɛ me say
kokot
omuntimi nya mo bibia just me kokot
so ko na anya ye na 1 week atwa mo na nipa kro
also 1 week
so me te dia sechuwa kan
makomete
me send this scammer me nua na me send man na boy na me frɛ o na me ka say
amen
me dia bre na say me ka say ma send scammer wrong number na ma frɛ nipa no send mame a omo be block nipa no number want me use scan no I just say warrest first ma dia ma but say me catch omo say e fraudster dia. This is a bank. Now, what's the difference between Nimi and Nina a mistaken transaction? The over fraud so they are on our mementi.
It's true. I'm saying you break it the news and you yes, you break it the news and you and I'm afraid you are mokai. Now it's a misicano. I shit.
Almost had you almost can back and no, because I need the muye. Wrong transaction, you fraud the Anokana or some moye agent. Namo blocking.
So even the pano crown is a kind of account, no, then common country say be away. Where you crana, there is a name to the account.
Yes.
There is a name to the account. So Bakacham say be okay. They will report now why you no be a hold the account no. Now in the meantime, be pass this process and I use this process. Never man when sanka with sika. Men sanka sika no. Now the Omakacha Minokrano, me ama I've been a maybe court, aqua then down there about 500 Ghana cedis. And I'm pen baby tonight over. First, they are encouraged by the system. Senior system they encourage you or more. Nkwamwejai. Say first I do sika to account now for now make a report. Now say sika wa account no ye we hold you. And I say ye transfer wa de mawa. E better no chi no be ye bio because to me two bottom munyi.
You are blocking the number so.
You are blocking the number.
If you are someone who uses MTN mobile money a lot for business, for personal use, you need to watch this video. I got scammed. I lost about 11,500 cedis in 1 day. And this is something that I've found very difficult to talk about. You understand? Because when these kind of things happen, it's very difficult to explain yourself. Or most people would think that you are not smart. That is why you've been scammed. But I don't think that's the case. The telcos in question is MTN. Ever since MTN came up with their MTN app, what the app does is that it gives you access to your mobile money without necessarily having your SIM card in your phone. You understand? So initially, you know very well that without your SIM card and your PIN, no one can enter your Momo, or you can't access your Momo. But now that is not the case. You can actually access your Momo without your SIM card. So they have an online portal where that is the app where you enter your mobile number your PIN, they generate some codes, you enter to confirm, and then it goes through. Okay, so now that is how the scam has been done. Okay, there are two companies in question here. One of them is Chicken Man. These people are people that have been buying food from for a while now. But I think somewhere last year or last 2 years, there's been this issue of people getting scammed when they call to order for food from Chicken Man. And I asked myself, why is it only Chicken Man? So I was at Kumasi Mall, and then I wanted to order for food. I'll give you a detailed story so that you get how it really happened. And then I ordered the food. I checked the map. The closest Chicken Man restaurant to the mall is actually on the road from the mall to the stadium. So I ordered. I was even ordering for a friend. So in the process of the ordering, the conversation was long, and subconsciously I gave them certain information that I wasn't supposed to give them. I gave them the numbers. You know, how it happened was we were in a long conversation on whom the food was going to, how to identify the person properly. The lullaby they used was normally food gets stolen when they are delivering to a third party. So now they are coming up with they've come up with a new system that they are using to make the receiver very authenticatable. So the whole thing was like they were running you through the process. You know, you give them the name of the person, the person's number. They are going to generate a code that when they get there, you're going to tell the person, and the person will tell them the code to confirm it's the person. You know, a whole lot of shit that kind of sounds, you know, subconsciously you can get tricked. You understand? So yeah, me knowing very well that not giving my PIN out is all I needed. My mind didn't really twitch me that no, this conversation that you're having can lead you to, you know, something tragic. So the very moment we were done speaking, the call dropped, and that day, luckily for me, I had done most of my transactions on Momo. So the money that I was left with on Momo was 6,500, and yeah, so right after the call, the 6,500 just moved, and normally they move the money to a Vodafone line, so it comes as a telecell push. So the money just left the account, and you know, at that moment I was like, what's going on? So I was seated in a restaurant inside Melcom. If you know the Kumasi Mall very well, you see when you enter the Melcom there, right side, there's a restaurant there. So that's where I was seated. I normally sit there and work on my laptop. So I rushed to the MTN office, and the security didn't let me in. Yeah, the security didn't let me in. I explained to them what was happening to me, and I needed to see their customer service like really bad, and they didn't let me in. They told me I had to join a queue. So I left that place. The next thing I saw was they borrowed quick loan of my line. It was 3,000 and some coins, and then they withdrew that one too. So I didn't even know what to do. I don't know what to press on my phone. I didn't know what to. I called the office. You know, they told me the money has been moved to a Vodafone line. There's nothing they can do about it. I have to go to Vodafone. You know, and I changed my PIN that very moment. So after I changed my PIN, the transactions stopped. My account was already empty, by the way. So I changed my PIN. I called them. They told me I have to go to Vodafone, and even that money was a customer's, you know, down payment that I was using to purchase some stuff for a contract. So I came home, and at 12 a.m., a customer sent me 2,000 cedis, and it was withdrawn. It was withdrawn at 12 a.m. instantly. So I woke up in the morning and I realized that the money that came to my account is also gone. It's like, what's happening? So I called MTN, and then they told me they don't understand why even when I changed my PIN, the transactions. I'm telling you, I changed my PIN and the transactions were still going on. A similar thing happened to a lady, and then she came out with a video. Mine happened, I think, a day or two before that video surfaced. And this is what I have to tell MTN. I saw they came up with this write-up that the lady actually gave certain codes out without knowing or unknowingly, so it's not their fault. That statement is bullshit. Trust me. That statement is bullshit. Do you know why? You are a telcos, you are a telecommunication company, and you have partially, or you have now branched into banking. What you are doing now is banking. Now, you need to understand that now that you are into banking, your security measures should be tighter. If you have come up with an app or a platform that enables your customers to transact without direct SIM card authentication, or without actually having the SIM card by your side, then you should also come up with more measures to protect your customers. I know when it comes to cybersecurity, the customer you have to do your part, and then the telcos also has to do its part. But MTN is not doing enough. Trust me. I bank with EcoBank. Now, EcoBank has a banking app, just like MTN does. Okay? And it is extremely difficult to scam that banking app. You know why? EcoBank requires your physical presence before you can log in. So let's say you are using your phone, you download the app. You can't transact without going to the bank with your face and your ID. Someone will say, oh, then, that's inconvenient. MTN mobile money is convenient. You can just log in. You don't need to go to the office. Would you rather lose your money in the name of convenience, or keep your money in the name of inconvenience? What is the convenience if at the end of the day your money is not safe? What is the convenience in that? Where is the convenience in that? You understand? So with the with the EcoBank app like this, you are going to create a login with probably an email and a password. Okay? Now, aside that email and the password, if you are using an advanced phone, you can add your facial ID to it, and then there is a PIN code. So you're using a PIN code, facial ID, an email, and a password. You get it? So even if someone tries to scam you and the person even has your PIN code, the person can still get through. You get it? Because it is very difficult for someone to actually go through a conversation with you, get your email, your full email, get a 8-digit, 6-digit password, and get your PIN code in addition. Before someone comes up with a lullaby or with a story or with a trick to get you to give them this information, it will be very difficult. They might get one or two, but because the requirements are so many, the possibility that you, the client, or you, the account holder, will get to know that no, this is a scam is very high. But with MTN, that is not the case. That is simply not the case. If someone finds a way, okay, if someone finds a way to get your PIN, or if someone finds a way to get into your account on mobile money, whatever your mobile money limit is for the day, the person can just move that full sum of money at one push. That is very bad. So let's say if your daily limit is 20,000, 30,000, whatever your daily limit is, the person can just move that amount of money in one push. I mean, why should that be possible? Because even with the banks, if let's say your daily limit is 5,000, or let's even put a daily limit, they have a limit of an amount you can move at a time. You understand? So let's say for EcoBank, for instance, if it is 10,000 you are moving, you can't move 10,000 consecutively. It will be blocked. You understand? So they still, even if the person enters your account, they still have these barriers to still protect you, so that even if the person gets access to your account, the person cannot steal everything. They are still thinking of how to protect their customers even as the account is open. But what does MTN does? Nothing. Once the account is open, worry, all your money can leave. MTN will push everything once the command is given. Where the world has gotten to now, and with all the technology we have, things like this shouldn't be happening. things like this, there is no measures. You can just move the amount and it will just go like that. There is no, you know, AI in place to check transactions. Some transactions are suspicious. You understand? So with Ecobank like this, there are certain account numbers when you enter and want to move money, there will be delays. They are intentional. They are intentional because they realize that no, you've never made any transaction with this number before. Why are you all of a sudden making a transaction with this number? Let's hold it a little and see if it's a scam or something. Those measures are all in place, but we don't have anything like that when it comes to mobile money. There's nothing like that. So where is the protection? Where is the protection? This is how weak the MTN mobile money system is. So this video is to advise everybody out there to be very careful with MTN mobile money. Trust me, stop thinking that you cannot be broken. You can't be broken. You can. Your system can be broken into. Even the CIA is hacked sometimes. So the advice I will give you is keep your money in the bank. Keep it where it is most secured. Keep it where it is most secured.